Game change. That's how insiders once described John McCain's 2008 vice presidential selection of Sarah Palin. It's also the brand new HBO movie set to air tomorrow night on our sister network. Take a look at this little clip.
You can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
Oh my God, what have we done?
It wasn't my fault. I wasn't properly prepped.
I miss my baby. I miss sleeping with my baby.
She's on the verge of a complete nervous breakdown.
You're telling me what to say, what to wear, how to talk. I am not your puppet.
I'm joined now by Chief Political Analyst Gloria Borger. Gloria, you and me and a few hundred other Washington journalists and other insiders, we got to see the film last night at the museum.
Right.
It's getting mixed reviews. I'm anxious to get your thought.
Well, I thought it was terrific. I thought Julianne Moore, Ed Harris, Woody Harrelson were all so lifelike that you could actually think you were watching John McCain or you were watching...
She was amazing as Sarah Palin, Julianne Moore.
As a political journalist, so a couple of things. One is that it makes you understand, as we report events in real time, no matter how good we are, we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes in the hotel suites where the candidates are prepping. I mean, we get a version of it, but very often you have to wait until the history is passed in order to go back and find out exactly what was going on. So we don't know very little.
This film was based on Mark Halperin and John Heilman's very excellent book.
A book which came out after the campaign. You know, I mean, we knew of the problems in the campaign. We knew that there was a lot of grousing about Sarah Palin. We knew that they felt that she had, quote, gone them. But I think when we see the details of the depths of her despair and their despair over her, it's something quite astonishing. And secondly, I think there's a sort of a cynical part to politics that's kind of depressing to me, which is that if they thought she was so terrible and so unqualified, why didn't they say something?
You're talking about Steve Schmidt, the campaign strategist,
Nicole
Wallace.
Terrific, smart.
Almost all of these scenes are seen from their perspective. Sarah Palin didn't cooperate with the creation of this film.
And I'm sure it's something they struggled with. I'm sure it's something they really struggled with. And the vetting process, of course, was so incomplete.
They only had 5 days to vet her.
What'd you think? Okay, what'd you think?
Well, let me play this other clip, and I'll tell you right after this. Here's another clip from the film.
Mr. Chairman, delegates, and fellow citizens, I will be honored to accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States. Thank you. Our nominee is a man who wore the uniform of his country for 22 years and refused to break faith with those troops in Iraq, who now have brought victory within sight.
Good. She's really good.
She did deliver a very excellent acceptance speech at the Republican convention 4 years ago, as a lot of us remember. I thought it was a very powerful film. You know, I read the book, which was an excellent book. Usually, and I wrote about this on our Situation Room blog post today, usually when you read a very good book and then you see a film that's adopted from the book, you're disappointed. I was not disappointed in this film.
No, and I think they really followed the book very, very closely. I mean, they understand that they were dealing with history here and that they tried to get it right. I don't think the portrait of Sarah Palin, by the way, was as terrible as a lot of the Palin people believe it is, because it portrays her as somebody who was thrown into a situation that she really wasn't prepared for. But it also makes me look ahead to the situation Mitt Romney might be in if he becomes the Republican nominee, because he's somebody who could have the same problem that John McCain had, which is that he has to try and appeal to the base of the party, unenthusiastic about him. He might be looking for a game changer himself.
And the film clearly makes it obvious that McCain wanted Joe Lieberman to be his running mate, or Tim Pawlenty, or even Mitt Romney. But a lot of folks said, you know what, we need a game changer, Sarah Palin. So they vetted her in 5 days, and we all know what happened as a result.
Right. You bet we do.
All right. Thanks very, very much.